For this video, we're going to get your assignment from Monday where you had to classify each equation. And when I say classify, I mean determine the number of solutions. And you have three choices. It's either one solution, infinitely many solutions, or no solution. Before we classify these equations, let's review some vocabulary which is key to that concept. If I have the equation 4x plus 10 is equal to 3x minus 5, the numbers in front of your variables, or what you can say the numbers attached to your variables, these are what we call the coefficients. And then the numbers off on their own that have no variables, such as the positive 10 and the negative 5, these are what you call the constants. And by knowing this information and knowing whether they're the same or different, we're going to be able to determine whether this is one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. So let's break down those three cases and make a little cheat sheet that we can reference as we solve the problems. If an equation has one solution, that means that the coefficients are different. As soon as you know the coefficients are different, you know it's one solution. We don't even care about the constants. The constants do not matter. If an equation has no solution, that means they have the same coefficients and different constants. And then the third type is probably the easiest to remember. If it's infinite solutions, it means the same coefficients and the same constants. The left side is exactly the same thing as the right side. When I say left and right side, I mean of your equal sign. To the left of the equal sign and to the right of the equal sign. Let's begin by looking at number 3. Before you can classify number 3, you need to solve it by using don't call max or midnight. But you don't need to solve it completely. You just need to do 2 of the steps. And the 2 steps you need to do are the ones I boxed. You need to distribute and you need to combine like terms. Once you take care of those 2 steps, you're then ready to classify. So we're going to look at number 3, can I distribute? On the left side, I cannot, but yes, on the right side, I can. I can do the 2 times the 2h and the 2 times the 9. When I do that correctly, I get 4h plus 18. 2 times 2h gives me 4h, and 2 times 9 gives you 18. I'm then going to look at, can I combine like terms? On the left side, I cannot, and on the right side, I cannot. So we're all done with the problem. We can now classify. I notice that the coefficients are exactly the same. They're both 4s. And I notice that the constants are the same. They're both positive 18. The left side is exactly the same thing as the right side. This is what we would classify as an infinite solutions, or we can call it infinitely many solutions. And that's all you have to do for number 3. Let's look at number 9 now. I'm going to look at, can I distribute? On the left side, I cannot. On the right side, I cannot. So we'll go to the second step. Can I combine like terms? Yes, I can. On the left side, I can do 13m minus 2m. 13 take away 2m will be 11m. Bring down your positive 4. And on the right side, I also have some m's I can combine. 11m take away 4m gives me 7m. Bring down your positive 5. I am now ready to classify. I notice right away that the coefficients are different. One of them is 11, one of them is a 7. As soon as you know the coefficients are different, we can now classify it as a one solution. And we can box that answer. Now let's look at number 11. I'm going to begin by distributing this positive 5. I don't need to distribute it. It's not by the parentheses, so I'm just going to bring it down. But with the 9, I'm going to do 9 times 2w to give me 18w, and 9 times negative 1 to give me negative 9. On the right side, I can also distribute. I'm going to do 6 times 3w to get 18w, and 6 times 1 to get positive 6. The negative 10 I just bring down. I do not distribute the negative 10 because it's not in the parentheses. I just bring it down. I'm now going to look at, can I combine like terms? On the left side, yes, I can. I have 2 numbers or 2 constants. 5 take away 9 gives me negative 4. And on the right side, I can also combine like terms. I have 2 numbers or 2 constants again. A positive 6 take away a 10 gives me a negative 4. You're going to notice that the coefficients are the same. They're both 18. And the constants are the same. They're both negative 4. This is just like the first problem we saw. This is just like number 3. The left side is exactly the same thing as the right side. We call this infinite solutions. And finally, let's look at number 12. On the left side, I can distribute. 4 times 3p gives me 12p, and 4 times negative 4 gives me negative 16. On the right side, I can't distribute, but I can definitely combine like terms. 7p plus 5p gives me 12p, and negative 10 plus negative 2 gives me the negative 12. So I combined my variables, and I combined my numbers, and I got 12p minus 12. I now took care of both steps, so I can now classify. I'm going to notice that my coefficients are the same. They're both 12. But this time my constants are different. One of them is negative 16. The other one's negative 12. When you have the same coefficients but different constants, this is what we would call a no solution. So the final answer, number 12, is simply no solution. When I say no solution, that means that no number ever works for this equation. You'll never produce a true statement. When I say infinite solutions, I mean any number you can think of. I don't care how crazy it is. It always works. It always produces a true statement. And when we're talking about one solution, that means that there's only one number in the universe that works. It might be 5, it might be 7, it might be 13, but there's exactly one answer that works.